Welcome to Live Interactive English. I am Shane.
And I am Karen. Today we are looking at part 1 of Jobs for Dogs when canines become coworkers. Yay! We're talking about dogs today. I love dogs.
So you're a dog lover.
I am a dog lover.
Do you like dogs better or cats better?
It's hard to say. I used to have a dog, and I used to think that I am a dog person. But after I got my cat...
Now you're a cat person. You love them both equal.
I love them both equally. How about you?
I love them both equally too, but in Taiwan, I grew up having dogs, and they never really were coworkers. So I'll tell you, I was the one who had to clean up all of their stuff, you know, after they went to the bathroom.
Same here.
And then had to take care of them and feed them. They didn't really do any jobs.
But I think it's probably because you didn't know how to teach them or train them.
That's true. I didn't bother training them at all. I think one of my dogs, he would give me his paw.
Aww.
Yeah, he would shake.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was about it.
Yeah, my dog didn't know how to do any of those things. And then when I opened the door, my dog would just run out and I would have to chase after my dog.
Yeah, my dogs my dogs were pretty unruly. And they just did whatever they want. They just had to just be cute. That was their job.
But I have to say though, you know, you grow really attached to them and they grow really attached to you. When they see you, they look so happy. And I look so happy too when I see them.
Well, they don't say dog is man's best friend for no reason, right?
You're absolutely right.
So let's go ahead and take a look at today's lesson.
All right.
Most pet dogs have it easy. They just sleep, play, and eat. But did you know that some pups work for a living? Here are 4 jobs that dogs can do. Detection dogs. If you've ever traveled by airplane, you've probably seen special dogs in the airport. These are detection dogs. Detection dogs are trained to smell hard-to-find things. They're often used to locate illegal drugs, but their amazing noses can also find tiny bugs, rare foods, and even cancer cells. Training takes between 6 and 18 months, but the learning never stops. These pups keep practicing for their whole careers.
Okay, jobs for dogs when canines become coworkers. Part 1. Did you know that another name for dog is canine?
That's why that's in our title today.
Yeah, do you know what they call cats? Like the scientific name for cats?
What is the scientific name for cats?
Feline.
So cats are called feline and dogs are called canine. Okay, we will remember that. Okay, so we're talking about how they're going to be our coworkers. So that means they will be working alongside us?
Yeah, but I bet they don't get paid.
Oh, you're right.
Maybe with dog treats.
Maybe. Okay, so let's get started.
Okay.
Most pet dogs have it easy. They just sleep, play, and eat.
That is so true.
That is so true. That's right.
That's all they do.
Don't have to do a lot of things. Yeah. But did you know that some pups work for a living?
I knew.
Okay, you knew that?
I knew.
Really?
Yeah.
Here are 4 jobs that dogs can do. So actually, they can do different types of jobs, and we're going to tell you what kind of jobs that they can do.
Yeah. So did you know that like work for a living means to work.
That's right.
Right. We just say that for a living because you need to work in order to pay for things to live, like food and shelter and those things. So we say work for a living. So dogs work for a living.
So that's why when you want to know what someone's job is, you can ask them, what do you do for a living?
Ding, 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 ding. You got that right.
Okay.
I didn't know that there was there are 4 different types of jobs. That's incredible. Okay, so the first one is detection dogs.
Detection dogs? What does detection mean?
All right, so detection is like the fact of noticing or discovering something, or the fact of like the police discovering information about crime or something.
So the person doing that is also called a detective, right?
Right. So the verb is to detect something. It just means to find out something about something.
All right. So the first job is called detection dog, right?
Correct.
Okay, so let's find out more.
Okay.
If you've ever traveled by airplane,
I have.
You've probably seen special dogs in the airport.
I have.
These are detection dogs. Actually, I have too.
Of course.
They're everywhere, right? When you go to the airport, you can see the dogs with the police officers, and then basically they're trying to sniff something, right? They're going to find out. I don't know. What are they going to find out?
Well, detection dogs are trained to smell hard to find things. And interesting, you said sniff. Yeah. So to sniff and to smell kind of means the same thing, but sniff is more about the sound of air going in through the nose, whereas smelling is about looking for odors. So they're looking for the odor of hard to find things. Okay? They're often used to locate illegal drugs. But their amazing noses can also find tiny bugs, rare foods, and even cancer cells.
Really?
What?
They can detect cancer cells?
Yeah, you've never heard of that?
No.
Yeah, it's really interesting so people will they'll use that and they can like smell. For some reason, what I remember was seeing this on a documentary, and they like smell like in someone's ear, and they could really detect that person had cancer, and they know how to detect for that.
No way!
Yeah, it was really, really interesting.
That is amazing. Okay, so we are looking at this word here, locate, and that is a verb. So to locate means to find or discover the exact position of something. So for example, I could say, I will use a map to locate the restaurant. So that means I will find the exact spot of the restaurant on the map.
Great. We also have a vocabulary word, illegal, which is an adjective that just means not legal, right? Which means not allowed by law. So ill here means not. So not legal, illegal. For example, we need more police to stop illegal activities in our area.
That's right. Okay, and we're also looking at this word here, amazing, and that is an adjective. So when you describe something as amazing, you're describing it as extremely surprising, very good, wonderful, fantastic.
Whoa.
So for example, you could say, I thought that movie was amazing. I can't wait to watch it again. That means you loved it so much.
Karen?
I'm amazing.
You're amazing.
You're amazing too.
Yeah, but you're not very humble. You could be a little bit more humble.
Okay. Maybe I'm not that amazing.
Okay, we have another vocabulary word. Wow, lots of vocabulary. Rare. That's an adjective. It just means not common or frequent or very unusual. So for example, it is rare to see such a beautiful rainbow after a storm.
Okay. So let's learn more about detection dogs.
Okay.
Training takes between 6 and 18 months, but the learning never stops. These pups keep practicing for their whole careers. Wow, dogs are very, very smart, right? So it takes about 6 months to 18 months for them to learn the skills needed in order to be a detection dog.
Right, and this is for their whole careers. Career is a noun. Career means the job or series of jobs that you do during your working life, especially if you continue to get better jobs and earn more money. We call that your career. So, for example, I have worked hard for my whole career.
Okay. Well, how about let's take a quick break and we'll be back to learn more about these adorable dogs.
Okay.
Hello, 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天的课文标题是 Jobs for Dogs.When canines become coworkers， 好，其中这个 coworker 就是同事，然后还有用到 canine 这个字，它则是表达犬科动物或是狗，它也可以当形容词来形容犬的。那么 Shane 老师有补充一个 feline 这个字 ，F-E-L-I-N-E。Feline 当名词可以指猫科动物，也可以当形容词形容像猫的或是猫科的。那我们这2天的课程是要介绍狗可以做的4种工作。第一种呢是侦测犬，同学们也许就有在机场看过侦测犬。那侦测犬经过训练可以闻到难以找到的东西，它们常被用来找出非法药物啊。不过它们那种惊人的鼻子也可以发现微小的虫子或是罕见的食物，甚至是癌细胞。那这个训练需要6到18个月的时间，不过这些狗在它们整个职业生涯中都在不断的练习。好，在讲到用嗅觉侦测癌细胞时，Shane 老师说他有看过相关的纪录片。那我们学一下 documentary， 在 document 后面加上 ARY，documentary 就表示纪录片。那老师们还有提到 sniff。sniff 可以表达嗅或是闻，是个动词，还有用到 odor 就是指这个味道啊或是气味。好，那么课文单字 locate 或是念作 locate， 它表示找出什么什么的位置，确定什么什么的位置。当这个意思来解释时，它是及物动词。再看到 illegal， 它是形容违法的、非法的。那这个字首 il 它表示不或是非，是个否定字首。再来看到 amazing， 它是形容惊人的、令人惊叹的。rare 则是形容罕见的、稀有的。然后呢 career 这个字它表示职业生涯或者是这个长期的职业事业。好，这边有3个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看第一个重点是动词 for a living， 可以表达以什么谋生。living 在这边是当名词，是指生计、收入。举例来说 Richard drives a taxi for a living. Richard 以开计程车谋生。那补充一下，我们可以用 make a living 或者是 earn a living 去表达谋生、维持生计。那么之后可以接 as 再加职业去表达以什么谋生为生。像刚刚的例句也可以改成 Richard makes a living as a taxi driver。好，我们来看第2个重点是 be used to 的用法。首先第一个我们可以用主词加上 be used 加上 to 再加原形动词，它这个是被动语态，去表达被用来什么什么。其中的不定词 to be 表示用途、目的。例如 This jar is used to store sugar， 这个罐子是用来存放糖。好，那看到第2个句型，我们用 be used to 加上名词或动名词，则是表达习惯于什么什么。这时候 to 是介系词，所以后面是搭配名词或动名词。例如 She's used to getting up early in the morning， 她习惯早上早起。好，看到第3个重点是 keep 加动词 ing， 表示持续不断的怎么样。例如 You need to keep practicing， 你得持续练习。我们补充一下例句里面用到 practice， 它是当不及物用。那 practice 也可以当及物动词，后面就是接名词或动名词。例如 Emma practices the piano every day， Emma 每天练钢琴。好，接回课文中。
Search and rescue SAR dogs. SAR dogs find missing people. Just like detection dogs, they need a good sense of smell, but they must also be clever and love to play. Why is playing important? Well, finding lost people is like a giant game for them, and the best SAR dogs can play for hours. Training starts early for these dogs, as most of them enter puppy school at just 8 to 10 weeks old.
welcome back. So before the break, we were learning about detection dogs. So we're learning about what different jobs that dogs do. And detection dogs are trained to detect things, like looking for things like illegal drugs at airports. They can even sniff out cancer. They're pretty incredible, right? So now what are we talking about?
Okay, well, we're going to introduce another job that the dogs can do. And this one is called search and rescue dogs. It's also called SAR. Okay, so rescue, what does it mean? To rescue means the act of helping someone out of a dangerous or unpleasant situation. Okay, so rescue, that means the dogs are going to save people.
Right, okay. So SAR dogs find missing people. Just like detection dogs, they need a good sense of smell, but they must also be clever and love to play.
Oh, they must also be clever and love to play. So clever just means that they have to be smart, right? Learn things quickly and love to play.
Love to play. I wonder why, as opposed to detection dogs, they also need to love to play.
Yeah, exactly. Why is playing important? Okay, well, we're going to find out. Why is playing important? Well, finding lost people is like a giant game for them. And the best SAR dogs can play for hours. So that means they will have a lot of physical strength, a lot of energy.
To keep endurance.
Yeah, to keep going, right?
Yeah.
Or else they might get tired and they might just stop.
Yeah, so they're playing. I don't know how much fun that would be, but I guess for them that is playtime.
Exactly.
Okay. Training starts early for these dogs, as most of them enter puppy school at just 8 to 10 weeks old.
Wow.
Wow, they enter puppy school.
So they have to be trained from really, really early on, right?
Yeah.
8 to 10 weeks old, that's only 2 months old.
Yeah.
Aww.
Well, I know I've seen that these like search and rescue dogs are pretty important when people will get lost like in mountains or forests, something like that.
Or maybe in a fire.
Oh, in a fire, right. And also like in snow, like in an avalanche.
That's right.
When the snow falls down the mountain, they, have to go and, because we can't see them and we might not be able to hear them because the people could be unconscious. So the only way to find them is to sniff them out. And that's what these cute little puppies do.
I think they can do a lot of things that we humans cannot do.
Oh yeah, especially with their nose.
Exactly. And they are faster than us as well.
Good point. Okay, well, that's all the time we have for this part. And we will see you in part 2.
All right.
好，那第二种要介绍的是搜救犬。搜救犬会协助寻找失踪人员，那它们跟侦测犬一样，需要有好的嗅觉，但也必须聪明、爱玩。因为寻找失踪的人对他们来说就像一场大型游戏，那么厉害的搜救犬可以玩好几个小时这样。那这些狗，它们从很小就开始训练，大多数会在8周到10周大的这个年纪就开始进入幼犬学校。那老师们谈到搜救犬会需要很多的体力、精力、耐力。Shane 老师这时候用到 endurance 这个字 endurance，endurance 它表示耐力或是持久力。老师还有提到火灾啊、雪崩等等需要搜救的状况，那么 avalanche 这个字就表示雪崩。好，那么以上今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Most pet dogs have it easy. They just sleep, play, and eat. But did you know that some pups work for a living? Here are 4 jobs that dogs can do. Detection dogs. If you've ever traveled by airplane, you've probably seen special dogs in the airport. These are detection dogs. Detection dogs are trained to smell hard-to-find things. They're often used to locate illegal drugs, but their amazing noses can also find tiny bugs, rare foods, and even cancer cells. Training takes between 6 and 18 months, but the learning never stops. These pups keep practicing for their whole careers. Search and rescue SAR dogs. SAR dogs find missing people. Just like detection dogs, they need a good sense of smell, but they must also be clever and love to play. Why is playing important? Well, finding lost people is like a giant game for them, and the best SAR dogs can play for hours. Training starts early for these dogs, as most of them enter puppy school at just 8 to 10 weeks old.
Hey, it's Kiwi on the street.
I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie. Kiki, I have a slight problem. I skipped breakfast, but now it's too early for lunch and I'm just starving.
Well, that's easy. What you're describing is basically brunch.
Is that a portmanteau?
Yes, it is. Let's check out some portmanteaus today.
Okay, everyone, let's work on some portmanteaus. Our first one is sitcom.
Comedy.
Okay, and
Sit.
I think sitcom it's when the people sit.
Comedy. Sorry, I don't know.
okay, so we have sitcom, which is situation, and comedy. Okay, next. Okay, I'll give you an idea. Pod is like Apple. Apple, you know, like
It's
iPhone.
an Apple product.
Yeah.
Apple pie.
It's like the small thing.
Like Apple.
Yeah, but I don't know how to say it in English.
The next one is broadcast, right?
Yes. Yes.
Pod. iPod.
Yes. Correct.
iPod.
What did we learn today?
Let's work on today's portmanteaus. Remember, a portmanteau is when you take one word and combine it with another to make a new word. So our first portmanteau is sitcom. It's situation plus comedy, and then you have sitcom. So, for example, you could say, Friends is my favorite sitcom. Then we have podcast. So, we have the word iPod, combine it with the word broadcast. Then we have podcast. So, for example, you could say, I use podcasts to practice my Spanish. That's all we have for today. Kiwi later.